Hello everybody.
Morning.
So we try and avoid doing clickbait and stuff like that because, you know, at the end of the day I know people get sick of it. But this is a genuine clickbait video. So yesterday we left our park up and we went south because we decided we were going to go to Europe, yeah?
Yep.
And we went to... Where did we go? Oh, we went to the petrol station, and as we drove out, as we turned the engine on at the petrol station, up comes a stop start unavailable and the engine warning light and an A with an exclamation mark next to it. Christo said, right, just turn it off and leave it to do its thing and then turn it back on again. So we did that, same thing happened. So anyhow, we went round the back of this petrol station and we called the Fiat assist. Yeah. And within what, an hour and a half?
Yeah, they were quick.
Yeah, the RAC bloke came out, he put his little thingamabob in and he said it was an unknown error and he reset it. Said it was all good to drive, should be great. So we then got back in the vehicle. Yeah, we drove down to Cambridge, so we drove for about an hour and a half, didn't we? Because we were told it was all good. So I mean, it's a brand new motorhome. It's only done less than 2,000 miles. So we spent nearly an hour in Cambridge, had a lovely time, came back, turned the engine on, same thing happened. We'd arranged to go to a pub for the night. It was a Brit stop, so we drove to that because we were told it was fine to drive. So we drove to that. We called the RAC as we left, and they were there within a couple of hours. So we were settled in for the night. The bloke came out and he was great. He diagnosed it. He told us it's the diesel pump filter or something. Yeah, is that what he said?
Yeah, something to do with it.
Yeah.
You wrote it down.
Yeah, so basically it means because we all drive at 60 miles an hour in 6th gear, what was it?
The engine is only just above idle, so there's a build-up of carbon in the exhaust system, but it's a Euro 6 engine, so there shouldn't be any carbon in it because of the AdBlue. So
yeah. So
I
anyway,
don't know.
So he said what we have to do is it's safe to drive, but we should get it back to our dealer to get it looked at. So I emailed Brown Hills, sent them all the information, and then this morning we got up and we headed because we've got to go to Brown Hills. As we're heading up north, we've probably gone what, half an hour? Oh, we were told as well to drive at, what was it?
At 50 miles an hour and with RPM at about 2,500 RPM
for 20 minutes.
For 20 minutes, and it was the longest 20 minutes we've spent on the motorway.
It was horrendous because you just hear the engine, you think you're killing it, but he said it has to get to a certain temperature to blow whatever's in the exhaust out. So we did that. It hasn't changed anything. He said it wouldn't do anything. It would clear it, but the sensor wouldn't go. So anyhow, we get an email from Brown Hills telling us basically they can't do anything until September. Well, we live in this vehicle, so we can't wait till September because, you know, we were planning on going to Europe. We were going to Europe this week. So we have now stopped at the Peterborough services. We've rang Fiat Assist and we've explained to them that we can't get into the dealership until September, and that we can't leave it because it's got to be investigated, and we live in the vehicle, so we can't go home and park it up and wait till September. We need some resolution now. So at this stage we are waiting for a phone call to tell us what's happening. So I will just show you the realities of motorhoming that aren't all sunsets and rainbows, and this is what the situation is at the moment. Yeah, we've just had McDonald's, which we weren't supposed to, but basically we are at the Peterborough services here with our motorhome, just waiting for someone to tell us what to do. Here we are. So she can drive, but I don't want to drive her and then do damage. So yeah, we're basically living our best lives in the Peterborough services, waiting to hear from the assist people. So once we get an update, I'll let you know. So we've just had our first phone call. So that was what, We made the call at 10:39. It's now 11:18, so that wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
Basically, well, he was just asking us if there was any loss of power, which there isn't. So I think if there's loss of power, I don't know. So he's basically saying if there's a Fiat dealer, he can get us in locally. He asked why we were taking it back to this Fiat dealership that couldn't fit us in, and I said, well, because it's where we bought it from. We didn't know they couldn't fit us in until they told us this morning. So he's going to ring us back and see if he can get someone in tonight or in today, and then we'll see where we go from there. So
we'll keep you posted.
First part of the saga. Time is now, what time is it, Christo?
It is 12:05.
12:05. So I don't know if we told you in the last one, 2:45 we've got to wait for the RAC man to come and tell us if we can drive the vehicle. The Fiat Assist have been absolutely brilliant, to be fair. He's rung around all of the local places to see if he can get us in. The first one was the 17th of August. Because I said, well, look, we don't mind waiting, but obviously we need to know where we're going. So anyhow, we're booked into Norwich on Wednesday. They're only going to assess it and tell us what the problem is, and then we should be at least know if it's the sensor, which we think it is. Apparently there's a known problem with the sensors. We thought we'd be smart and ring Brownells to see if they actually had any of the sensors in stock, so at least we could get one and take it to the local person that could see us, but they haven't got any, and they can't get them any quicker, so it is a known problem. So we're waiting here till 2:45, which is about 3 hours away, for RAC to come to say is it's okay to drive this. If it's not okay to drive it, then they will recover it to Norwich, and then they'll put us up in a hotel for a couple of nights. Obviously we don't want to have to leave the vehicle because it's got all our stuff in it, so we're kind of hoping that, well, we've driven it here and we've been told twice it's okay to drive it, but let's just get a third opinion just to make sure, because we have driven it for an hour this morning just to make sure it's still okay.
And we drove it at 50 miles an hour.
Yeah, we drove it, yeah.
The engine's about to come out of the
screaming, eh? Yeah, so basically Fiat Assist have been absolutely brilliant. They're trying to sort it all out for us. The bloke is really great on the phone. But these are the realities when you live in a motorhome. Like, you can't go home and park your motorhome up for a couple of weeks while they tell you if they can fit you in. You basically have to try and get something sorted. So I suppose because it's August, busy time of year, I don't know. Anyway, I'll keep you posted. At this stage we're just waiting for the RAC to turn up to tell us it's okay to drive, and if it's okay to drive, then we'll drive towards Norwich and wait till Wednesday and get it into the place. Christo's got he's got a hungry bum. We got some coffees at my cafe and tea. Christo had ordered 3 because we're waiting for the RAC to turn up. So
he didn't know how to order.
He didn't know how to order, so instead of a latte, he got 3 teas. Anyhow, so I drank my tea, he drank his, and then there's one been sitting here that he's just said, and what did you say? You don't like it because?
It's been teabagged.
It's been teabagging. So he does know what that means. But he was completely innocent when he was saying it's been teabagged. Still here, still waiting for the RAC to turn up. And then this lady here, her horse box, the clutch is gone. They've got a pony and they're on the way to Melbourne. And they've got to wait for parts. So it could be worse. I could have a horse on board. The update from the RAC, Christo. 10 to 4.
Yeah, 10 to 4, and they said that we are in a safe place. They are very busy. They will let us know every half an hour.
Yeah, and we've still got a 2-hour drive to get to our campsite. We might have to cancel that one and go somewhere closer. So we're still waiting just to be told whether or not we can drive the vehicle at this stage. 6 hours.
Got here at 10. We are still here. At least we're in a motorhome.
True.
And we can make coffee.
Yeah.
And if we're sick of it, we can go and have McDonald's.
Christo wants to have KFC, but
or
you don't
KFC.
just see. Yeah. So 6 hours later, and the RAC man has rung, and by the sounds of it, we're going to have to be towed to the dealership because he doesn't suggest driving it because it might completely block the something filter.
He's had another vehicle with the same problem, and the vehicle stopped on the highway.
Yeah. So
we don't want that problem.
No. So we're just waiting to hear back from him as to what's going to happen, and then don't know where we're going to do. Okay, it's 8:30 now. We're all hooked up. We're just making some tea. I'm absolutely exhausted now. That's the end of our 10-day saga for today. Wednesday, we take it into the place to see if they can fix it. And hopefully they can. And then we'll be on our way. Oh, I don't even know where now. So, I'm going to go to bed now. Because I'm absolutely...
Where are we?
We're in a tank museum near Norfolk. About 15 miles away from Norfolk. Yeah. So, that's the end of today's saga. I'll let you know exactly what's happening on Wednesday. Bye. So next instalment. Morning. Next instalment of the motorhome. So today, that's it. It's over there. It is waiting to be seen by the Fiat dealership. But sod's law. It's like when your kid's ill and you take them to the doctors and there's nothing wrong with them. The motorhome, the warning light hasn't come on today.
Yeah,
so my excellent driving has fixed it. But it still needs to be sorted. So we are waiting to hear from them. So we're at a bus stop, which seems to be... Bus stop? We're at a bus stop. We're going to go into Norwich today. And then hopefully they fix it, sort it out, and then we can be on our way to somewhere else. So we'll see. We'll let you know what we're doing. But at this stage, we're doing our normal, which is sitting at a bus stop. We are now just 5 miles south of Ipswich.
Yeah.
So the motorhome went in today to the Fiat dealer, so they could tell us if it was what the RAC men said. They've said it is. They've said it's fine to drive. It is the DPF
blow-off valve.
Yeah.
That Tammy's driving like a boy racer.
Yeah. So it is that. It is a known fault. It's not actually the valve, it's the wire into it or something else. Anyway, they've had to order a part. It's going to take 6 weeks, or 5 to 6 weeks. So we've been told it's fine to drive. So we are heading down south, and yeah, so the saga is still ongoing, but at least we can drive the vehicle. So that is the beginning on Sunday. It is now Wednesday at what time? It's not 10 to... it's 10 to 5 on a Wednesday afternoon. So it's 4 days. It's been long, but we've also been lucky that we got into a dealership so quickly, because they wouldn't order the part until they'd seen it.
And Brown Hills wouldn't even get us in. They just told us to go to Fiat.
Yeah, so...
Like, wash their hands off us.
Well, they just said they didn't have the bit and they couldn't fit us in. So Fiat Assist were brilliant. They found us a dealership that could get us in this week. So at least it's now been diagnosed. The part's been ordered, as opposed to waiting 4 to 5 weeks just to be diagnosed and then having to wait for the bit to come in. So yeah, that's the midway of the saga. And now we're just going to go and enjoy ourselves and not worry about it, because we've been told it is absolutely fine to drive.
And today we just, what did you say? 5Ks outside Ipswich, yeah. And then tomorrow,
don't know.
Probably head towards Dover.
Yeah.
And then maybe get on the ferry, go over to France, and
yeah.
See
if
we can get some croissants.
Yeah. So there's the midway, not saga. There's the midway of the issue we've had as far as the
onwards and upwards.
Onwards and upwards. Thank you. Oh, please like and subscribe. We are still catching up with our old videos, which is us doing. We've been to Wales and Chester and York and Yorkshire and all that. We also had COVID for a couple of weeks, so we were absolutely buggered. So yeah, I mean, please just keep up with the video, watch the videos, like and subscribe, and then eventually we'll do the Europe ones as well. Thank you. Bye.